Well, guys, it's almost the end of 2020. It's December 27th, and Sniper's still whining. Big day today. Big year. A lot of bad stuff happened, right? Just crazy year. We tried to make the best of it. We got engaged. We got a house. And we're like, you know what? Why not make this year a little more wild? So what are we doing today? We're not going to say that yet. We're just picking up matcha. We're going to get a cake. That's all I'm going to say for now. Picking up the cake at Safeway here, and I just want to show you this. This is what everything looks like. It's just a slushy mess. A great day for outdoor activities, huh? Yeah. Can't wait. Come on, guys. If it wasn't already in the thumbnail already. So, yep, this is happening. I'm all dressed up. Hopefully this is the last time I ever have to dress up in my lifetime. And we're just gonna get everything set up. We want this whole process to be under 5 minutes. So, we'll see what we can do.
Yeah, come over here.
Tripod there.
Hey. Okay.
Whoa.
How's it going? Oh, thanks for being here.
Alright, so glad we're not outside.
I know, right? That would have been crazy.
We're gonna open, we're gonna pray real quick, and then we're gonna just talk to you guys because
Okay.
to do.
Sure.
Lord, we thank you for this day and for the blessings that you give to us, for Chris and Angelica. Pray that you would be with them today, be with them for always, and allow us to be a blessing and them to be a blessing to one another. In Jesus' name, amen. So I know you guys said you wanted a really long wedding, as long as possible and as drawn out as possible. So that's why I brought 2 books. So this one's a lot. We'll read this whole one,
Okay.
and then we're done. We'll read this.
Sounds good.
But so the whole purpose of today is basically to join the 2 of you together permanently.
Yeah.
So the blessing of that is that now you guys can be one, focused on one thing together, knowing that no matter what the distractions are of the day, no matter what the distractions are of life, that still you have a common goal and purpose, which is each other. And there's going to be a lot of twists and turns along the way, but by doing this, you've now decided that you're going to be doing it together. There's other people that are going to be with you that are going to help you do it together, but the 2 of you are going to be one. So, the wedding ceremony in Christianity is rooted in God's creation of marriage. So he says there's 2, there's a man, there's a woman, they're going to come together and they're going to become one flesh. So when you're one, you can't really go this way and go this way and do this and do that. You get to walk together in unity. And sometimes when you have 2 minds and you have 2 hearts, that's difficult. And so you have to learn to give up some of your own in order to let somebody else have their way, and then somebody else gets to give up some of their own so that the others, it's really just growing up. But the problem with growing up is sometimes we realize that not everything that I want is the most important. And even if whatever you want or you want isn't the most important, sometimes I let it be. So that's the harder part. You guys can get closer together since you sort of might like each other, but
Can you crack the window, the door open?
That's what I
if you don't mind?
sure.
Please.
You can do whatever you want.
We're fine here. Thank you.
So marriage was designed, and what it said was you guys are going to leave mother, father, and come together and be one. So no longer clinging to the past, no longer grabbing onto those things of the past, but coming together and moving forward. And what I've often said is that this is kind of a time where you look at life and you say, from this point forward, the life that I had before, it exists as a memory, but it no longer is the life that I have now. And if I try to live the way that I've lived in the past, it's gonna cause more conflict and grief because I was just thinking about me and now I get to think about other people. So when we look at this, we have to look at why are we here? And what's the definition of love? And so we're gonna go to the boss when it comes to what is love. And if I had more light, I could see it. But it says,
We turn it off for the photos, but
yeah, so, we don't want to. So it says, love is patient, it's kind, it's long-suffering, it doesn't keep record of wrongs. So sometimes we love each other, we love people, but we keep a notebook. And we say, you know, I love you, remember when you did that? Or remember when you didn't do that? But love forgets those things and love overcomes those things. And patience is one of those things that it says it's a virtue, but it's one of those things that I never requested because in order to attain it, it has to be tested. And your guys' patience is going to be tested. There's going to be times when you say something or do something, or you say something and do something, and the other one doesn't like it so much. And that's okay, as long as you realize that there's other things that are more important. And that takes patience. And kindness, especially in our society, is something that's most difficult. So, to be kind to one another, to bite your tongue sometimes, to not say some things because once you say them, they can't be unsaid. So, to learn those things and to say, okay, if I do this now, can I undo it? To be patient. And not just be patient with each other, but to be patient with yourself. You guys are going to make mistakes. You guys are going to do things that you're like, oh, I wish I wouldn't have done that. Or you're going to not do something and say, I wish I would have done that. But to be patient with each other, to be patient with yourselves, and be kind to each other. Because it's not always easy. Sometimes it's much easier not to be kind. So, learning love will overcome not keeping record, not keeping track, not saying, oh, you should have done that, you should have done that. But instead saying, you know what, no matter what, you're loved, no matter what you do, no matter what I do. We're in this together, and what's most important is not just the memories that we have of today, we talked about that, but it's what's going forward. This is just the beginning of a long journey. Probably shouldn't have said it like that. This is the beginning of a long journey. Really long. This is the beginning of an adventure. But a life that the memories that you make going forward are going to be more important than the memories that you have even today. And we get to help you guys build that. So I'm going to ask you a question, Chris, and I'm going to let you end some of your suffering. So,
waiting for this.
Some real close. So, I'm going to ask you some questions, and I'm going to ask you to make a commitment to her and before us, and then you can say whether or not you agree. And if you don't agree, then we'll have another conversation. But it says, Chris, do you before God and all of us take this woman to be your lawfully wedded wife? Do you promise that from this day forward you'll be her faithful husband, for better or worse, for richer or poorer, in sickness and in health, to love and to cherish, till death do you part?
I do.
Angelica? Do you before God and all of us take this man, this one, to be your lawfully wedded husband? Do you promise that from this day forward you'll be his faithful wife, for better or worse, for richer or poor, in sickness and in health, to love and to cherish, till death do you part?
I do.
All right, so, you have a ring?
I do.
Okay. So, get a little closer. Okay, so, and then if you'll place the ring on her hand, hand and then repeat after me.
Do put the ring on now.
You put the ring on and then repeat after me.
Okay.
I, Chris,
I, Chris,
take you, Angelica,
take you, Angelica,
to be my wedded wife,
to be my wedded wife,
and I promise before God and these witnesses
and I promise before God and these witnesses
to be your loving and faithful husband,
to be your loving and faithful husband,
in plenty and in want,
in plenty and in want,
in joy and in sorrow,
in joy and in sorrow,
in sickness and in health,
in sickness and in health,
for as long as we both shall live.
for as long as we both shall live.
And then you, young lady,
Okay. There you go. Okay.
place that on
Thank you.
his finger, and then you can repeat after me. I, Angelica,
I, Angelica,
take you, Chris,
take you, Chris,
to be my wedded husband,
to be my wedded husband,
and I promise before God and these witnesses
and I promise before God and these witnesses
to be your loving and faithful wife,
to be your loving and faithful wife,
in plenty and in want,
in plenty and in want,
in joy and in sorrow,
and in joy and in sorrow,
in sickness and in health,
in sickness and in health,
as long as we both shall live.
as long as we should both live.
As long as we both shall live.
As long as we should both live.
So, the two of them have promised to take care of each other, to watch over each other, to protect each other, and we get to witness that. And they've given rings to each other as a token of that. So now they'll enter into the holy state of matrimony. And by the power vested in me by the state of Alaska, by God, I'll pronounce you husband and wife, husband and wife. And I think I should talk some more. Oh. Chris, for the first time ever, I'll say this, maybe the last, you may kiss your wife. All right, do you want your phone?
Yes, please, thank you.
All right.
Well, thank
So,
you. That was perfect. Thank you. Thanks for doing this
So,
for us.
and then for you guys, now that we are witnesses of this, we get to hold them to what they promised.
That's first.
Oh, okay, flex first. Oh, yeah. Oh, that was much better. Hold on. I'll give you a warning next time. So, we get to hold them to that, because there's going to be days when it's not so easy and it's not so fun, and,
We'll rely on all of you.
and there's lots of others.
Yes,
We can
that's true.
call in the cavalry
Right.
to make sure that these promises are kept.
Thank you guys for
Thank
all
you.
being here.
Thank you. Testing, 1, 2, 3, focus here. So, well, good thing I chose 2 cameras for our wedding, because I wasn't even going to, and I was like, I might as well. This vlogging camera, I go back after everything's done, and it's just a static screen, and like I turn it off and it's still on. I'm like, what the heck? So, it didn't record anything, and I was gonna use this one for the audio because it had the better microphone on it. But we'll have to rely on what you guys saw already, and hopefully that's there. So this is my wife in the background now. It's pretty cool. That doesn't feel any different though, does it?
No.
Everything feels the same. I'll tell you what doesn't feel the same as my weight. Oh man, we just went out for our wedding dinner, and that's it for me. I'm starting my diet today.
Tomorrow?
Well, by the time you watch it, it's right now. But yeah, maybe New Year's Eve I'll have something, but I gotta get a jump start on this diet here, and it'll be a lot easier once we get that fridge fixed, because all the healthy food is downstairs. I'm tired. Oh man. So we had a pretty crazy day, just getting gas right now, and yep, it's official. Mr. and Mrs. Luckenbach. Angelica's tired.
Yes.
So, I think we'll call it a vlog, and you should have seen a Sniper. He was so good today. So proud of that big guy. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Have a good day. And I just want to give a huge shout out to Shane Parker Photography for getting home and sending these pictures to me within like 10 minutes. The next vlog will have all of the photos in it, but I just wanted to say thank you, Shane, for that.